Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome sim racing fans to Phillip Island, where the West Coast Sim Racing GR86 series has come a long way for tonight's race. And no, we did not come from a land down under, but these drivers are about to thunder around one of the most iconic circuits in Australia. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam, and with only 3 races left on the calendar here, every position, every point, and each and every single mistake could result in catastrophe for our front runners. Real quick, before we get things to virtual trackside action here tonight, let's take a look at those point standings. The top 11 make up of Stone, Slater, and Daniel Higgins, but just look at how close, my goodness. It is almost damn near, you could call it damn near tied with as close as these front 3 runners are running. Look at Nico Colby starting to sneak up there, as well as Brandon Birch. Joe Rainey runs 2 points behind Brandon. Brandon runs 2 points behind Nico Colby. Marvin Samayo, he's up there after continuing to show some very nice pace this season. Marvin was one of our fastest drivers in our practice session here before the race. Looks like he's going to qualify P2 here tonight. Iago P. DeLima, Daniel Parmalee, Jake Steckler, and Amethyst Reese out there in the top 11 for our point standings. As we take a look at virtual trackside action here tonight, before we take a look at the starting grid, take a look at this information here for our track. We are running with 12 turns, 2.7 miles, especially with our cooler track conditions here tonight out of Australia from the land down under, only an altitude of 157 feet right up and off of the sea. This is going to be a pretty interesting race to watch here tonight, as it's pretty much just going to be draft heavy until that competition caution at the 20th minute in the race, and then up until pretty much the checkered flag. Andrew Bound's going to slap it out here up on the pole. Marvin Samayoa joins him as well. Nico Colby and Stone Colby making up that the second row right behind the race leaders. Slater Colby, after sitting P2 in the playoff standings, trying to reel in his twin brother Stone. He's going to start on that 3rd row here tonight. Alongside him is the VehicleBuyers.com number 36 Toyota GR86 Brandon Birch. Jake Steckler, Daniel Higgins, and Ali Iksay, Darren Colby, Daniel Parmalee, and Amethyst Reese rounding out that top 12. Warren Johnson was fast in practice. Joe Rainey, Steven Shakespeare, and Andreas Rapana rounding out our 16 driver field. Get up, stand up. Get up for your life, race fans, right now. Don't give up the fight, as we're about to see some arsey-barsey happening here within turn number 1. The field is going to be in Andrew Bound's hands. Here we go. Green flag is out, and we are racing from Phillip Island. Andrew Bound gets a nice jump on the field. Marvin Samayo is going to be on the inside line. Look at Stone Colby pushing on that rear bumper of Andrew Bound. They're heading into turn 1, side by side throughout the field. So far, nice, clean, calm, cordial start. Darren Colby's going to get tagged there. Darren Colby saves it. Did I speak too soon? Oh no, Darren Z did have it saved up until he got a little bit more help. Warren Johnson is out. Oh, Warren Johnson with the save of a century. He's going to end up saving his Toyota GR86. Here we go, back out into the battle for the race lead. Marvin Samayoa continues to hound that rear bumper as now Nico Colby gets tagged. Oh, it's a snowball effect. Nico Colby into the race leader. Here we go, side by side for the race lead after contact had ensued after the drop of the green flag. Samayoa, he's going to have the inside line. Stone Colby looks to take the outside line, this time by Slater Colby looks to join this battle, our points leader to the race lead here tonight. Let me know if audio levels are audio leveling out here tonight, as we are still looking 2 by 2 between our front 2 and 3 runners. As Stone Colby, he once again, patience like a stone, time and time again here. He's going to have that patience for one whole lap, and then he's going to present his way to the race lead after Nico Colby gets sent into the race leader of Andrew Bound. Here's a race replay of it. Man, oh man, you got a feel here for Andrew Bound as well as Nico Colby. I believe they just had nowhere to go. We're going to have to bring out the old forklift here tonight and see what happened more, a little bit more closely here this time. Look at Nico Colby. You can already see his rear view bumper is full of that hard charging Brandon Birch. Nico Colby's brake lights are already on. Brandon Birch goes probably 5 to 10 feet deeper within the braking zone around the front end. Nico is going to go there, and then hard contact into Andrew Bound's rear bumper. Here's a better look at it on the rear bumper of Andrew Bound, the race leader. Oh no, man, that's a little bit of a jump scare there, even for the live driver camera if we had it for Dr. Andrew Bound. We're only on lap 2 of this race, continuing to run nose to tail. Look who's trying to battle it out for the race lead. It's going to be Stone Colby. Yes, he tries to reel in Slater. Slater's got that Stam Studio Network Racing broadcast sticker. That's going to result in about 10 horsepower with the bigger sticker. But if you look at Slater, he's got 2 small ones. How much horsepower does that result in here? As he gets a shot to his twin brother down there into turns, I believe that's 5 and 6 coming to this time by. Here, I'll put the track map up and help everybody out as we make our way down and across one of my favorite, most technical section here tonight at Phillip Island. Phillip Island being one of my most favorite tracks here within the sim world. We're going to make our way down and through turn 10 and 11 and 12 this time by. Slater Colby continues to lead out up front. Marvin Samayoa, Brandon Birch after a little bit of side-by-side on his side earlier on in the race. Brandon Birch continues to gain 2 spots as the drop of the green flag. How about Miss Amethyst Reese? She makes her way up to P6 position. Our biggest mover here tonight, 5. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots gained as the drop. Oh boy, we're gonna hop on board with Daniel Parmalee here as he just made a nice pass on that Dynaco number 95. Oh no, there goes the 64 Scott Adams development driver. Daniel Parmalee gets loose as a goose there out of turn number 3 as he's gonna have Warren Johnson starts to stalk and creep down his inside. Well, Warren Johnson's probably gonna say thank you very much. Nice pass there for P number 9. Battling over here just yet. Look who's starting to join it as well. Here comes Alex Say. He's going to find his way. Another pass around Daniel Parmalee. This is such a momentum-oriented track here from Phillip Island, especially in these very light, especially light horsepower machines. It doesn't take much if you make a quick mistake here. Not only are you going to pay for it in dividends of time and the delta, but as well as in these playoff standing points. Remember, only 3 races to go within the season for this GR86 Series 4 West Coast Sim Racing. Slater Colby continues to lead Stone Colby out here up front. Samayoa continues to run P3. Take a look. All right, Slater Colby looks locked in right now. I wonder, oh, there's a blink there. Okay, that's at least one. When I get locked in, I can't blink for about a lap or 2 at a time here. Samayoa continues to run in the 3rd position. We're gonna get the old live driver camera on the left side as well as the virtual driver camera on the right. putting some wheel into that puppy there as he tries to reel in the two twins for the race lead. Not only the race lead, but contacts for it here. These two brothers, I can tell you right now, they're definitely in a Discord call of their own. Well, no, excuse me, they're all hanging out there in the old West Coast Sim Racing. This is why this isn't only immaculate racing, race after race after race in the West Coast Sim Racing League, but now after, I mean, you have now turned lap after lap after lap between these buddies here with you. You not are only starting to figure out how these drivers race here on the track, but you're making friendships here back in here behind the scenes. Sure, I mean, Slater and Stone have known each other since they were born, as Stone Colby goes for a play in the beach sand there. Marvin Samayoa goes there up to P2 position. Brandon Birch finds his way around Stone Colby. Man, oh man, what happens to that number 15 Toyota GR86? Here's a little bit better race replay of it here. Stone Colby just didn't quite have the grip there within the front end of his Toyota GR86. He's going to go four-wheeling it out there out of turns 4 and 5, I believe that was that time by, as here comes Daniel Higgins around the outside. It's really the first time we've mentioned his name here tonight, but Daniel Higgins, also a driver that continues to run up there within our top point standings. Don't look now, but Daniel Higgins continues to draw a bead on this battle for the race lead between Brandon Birch, Samayoa, as well as Colby up here out up front. Unfortunately, Stone, our points leader, falls all the way back into the 5th position here. This is pretty big, although we do have that competition caution in 13 minutes time. Stone Colby, he's got his work out here and out up front of him, as he's gonna have Amethyst Reese run right there behind him. Daniel Higgins right there out up front of him. And Stone Colby is in the meat of the sandwich right now. There's that battle for the race lead here. Marvin Samayoa, I think he's tired of waiting. Will we see Marvin dive it down the inside? He's definitely got the run to do it here. Will we see it? There. Oh no, he didn't have the speed on corner exit. That's what we see within these Toyota GR86 cars. You have to compromise the corner entry for the corner exit speed, as look at the sea back there here behind us. We are running at just about 127 feet of elevation here. These GR86s have all the oxygen in the world within the sim racing world here. For these, I mean, you can work with just about all the power available within these engines here. Brandon Birch, he's also got that Stam Studio Network broadcasting sticker on the side. He's going to present the inside line, open up the door there for Daniel Higgins. A little bit of contact there once again. Stone Colby, he's going to try and gain some more spots after losing it up there after starting P3, running P2. Daniel Higgins slots his way back it up to P3 here. Nice start to the race for Higgins, as he is tied our second to biggest mover. It's the 4 positions gained there from Slater's Colby. Marvin Samayoa continues to run right where he started, but you start to look at Stone and, Amethyst Reese right now continues to be our biggest mover, as well as Warren Johnson and Andreas Profana. We have some pretty big movers all throughout, sprinkled throughout the pack. All right, real quick, before we get to halfway, before this competition caution, I appreciate each and every single one of you joining in here live on Stam Studio Network. Subscriber number 1, just as important as subscriber number 910. We continue to crest our way closer to 1,000 subscribers. If you're over here in the vertical broadcast, come on, mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast. Also live here on the same YouTube channel. I promise I don't bite. I might tickle you though. Here we go. I'm going to show my appreciation to each and every single one of you. Enjoy the sights and sounds here for a couple laps here tonight from Phillip Island, and these GR86s roar into life. really crank this puppy back down because Stone, out of nowhere. Oh, Stone shoots out of a cannon here tonight there during our Crank It Up scenario or session of the broadcast. Stone, good. Where did he drop back? All the way back there to P4 earlier in the race. Door, quarter. I know Warren loves this one. Clear for the race lead. Slater's going to drop back to P2. I wouldn't doubt if this is still some teamwork trying to make some... Oh, okay. I take that back. As Slater Colby's going to try and open up his sort of apex corner entry here into up the hill and back down until our tightest corner on the track here out of turn number 10. Here we go to 11 and 12 this time by Stone Colby, Slater Colby, the twins out here up front once again. Samayoa continued to run in the final driver interview spot. Just about 8 minutes ago till that competition yellow. Daniel Higgins slices, dices, showing us all how it's done here tonight. Works his way up to the P4 position. The music producer. He not only is fast out here on track, but he's got some ears on him as well. Knows how to produce some pretty nice and some badass music there. How about Joel Higgins continuing to draw a bead on this battle for the race lead? In fact, we're going to hop on board the old Daniel Higgins here. Going to have Samayoa up there out up front in that third running position. These brake lights starting to do the flashy here. Only 1/10 of a second separating our front two race leaders. 2/10 of a second separating third and fourth. Look at the lap time here. Oh, no. Okay, I'll take it back here because we're going to have to look at not only the lap time differential between our race leaders, as we're going to start to look too wide for P2 there. Colby versus Colby. That's Stone versus Slater. It is so much cat and mouse action here happening here tonight as we look at Slater Colby versus Samayoa. That is a lot of clean, green, and mean action there for Samayoa. Continue to reel in. Driver lap 5, 6, and 7. Don't look down, but Brandon Birch, after falling back there to P5, he continued to run one spot gain since the drop of the green flag, but he's got Higgins' rear bumper up there out and up in front of him, and he's got Miss Amethyst Reese down in the inside of him there. Oh, excuse me, that is Daniel Higgins and Marvin Samayoa. We're starting to go at it there. I saw some hot pink and baby blue action there at the corner of my eyeballs. Daniel Higgins as well as Marvin live to fight another day. Brandon Birch is knocking on that back bumper as we'll head our way towards the start-finish line with 6 minutes to go left until that competition caution. Oh, here we go. We're going to start to look at the nitty-gritty, the side-by-side. We're not going to see quite the we are going to see the slipstream make an effect, but we are not going to see the side draft make an effect, at least this time by. Brandon Birch continues to make a nice move here for the 4th position. He's going to look down the inside time this time as he's going to have it. There, Daniel Higgins. He's going to have to concede the spot a little bit earlier on the brakes. Ooh, a little bit too early there. Now here comes Miss Amethyst Reese down the inside, the Crystal Gems, driver number 37 Toyota GR86. Here as we still run side by side, door to door with one another. Here we go, Amethyst Reese. She's going to have to present that the offensive line as Daniel Higgins is going to send it down there. He's going to lick the stamp and put it through the mail. Sent there, Daniel. I have received your package, and that package is that P5 running position. Andreas Profana, Daniel Parmalee, Warren Johnson, all going at it here. He threw a blanket over each and every single one of them. That almost was contact there from Warren Johnson and Daniel Parmalee. Warren Johnson's going to four-wheel it out there, coming out of the turn. Here we go. Battles continue to run tight all throughout the racetrack. We see you live in the old YouTube land. Terry as well as Moonlight Dancer, Logan Stanley as well. If you're starting to just now happen to join us here in the vertical broadcast, mosey your way on over here to horizontal land as you are not going to want to miss a thing here tonight. A little bit of damage on Andreas Profana's rear bumper. Warren Johnson tries to slice and dice him up. Going to present the crossover move here for Warren Johnson. Warren, he's going to present the inside. It's going to be outside and back to the inside once again. Well, here comes Daniel Parmalee to the inside this time out of turn number 12. Only 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes to go to that competition yellow. Oh, Daniel Parmalee, he has no help down that. Oh, Warren Johnson, thankfully. Okay, we've seen some NASCAR racing from Warren Johnson. what do you call it there? His favorite driver out of NASCAR land is, of course, the old Jeff Gordon machine. There you saw it. Warren Johnson, he had to make a little bit of a double take as he wanted to slot into room there. He wasn't quite clear, there as he's going to try and work his way back up to the 8th and 7th position here as Daniel Parmalee and Andreas Profana continue. Oh no! Daniel Parmalee is giving the old flashies here. I'm not sure if it's to me or Warren Johnson, but this battle up here for 7th, 8th, and 9th continues to ensue, continues to look side by side here for 8th and 9th running position. Not only that, this battle for the race lead up here out up front continues to get to the nitty-gritty here tonight, the argy-bargy. 3 minutes to go to that competition yellow. Slowest turn here tonight. Stone Colby, our points leader, sits 2nd position. Slater Colby, who sits P2 in the points, up here to the point. There we go. We're going to look out that rear bumper of Slater Colby. Here comes Stone. Does he make a move with 2.5 minutes to go till the competition yellow? Nope, doesn't look like it. We're going to see some teamwork make the dream work. Marvin, you got a feel for it because he just has no help here down that front straight. He's going to try and slot in there, get as much slipstream and draft as he can into turn 1, as well as open it up as well as he can. Here comes Amethyst Reese down the inside. How about it? That was a nice pass there. Daniel Higgins, she's going to put back to the P6 position here as we continue to have very nice racing, not only since the drop of the green here tonight, but as well as lap after lap after lap. Really no incidents up until, well, Joe Rainey, which was quite a few laps ago, but this is how Joe Rainey fell back all the way to P15 here tonight. Oh, is that Andreas Profana who slides down the inside of the Dynaco number 95 Toyota GR86. Not quite clear there as he's going to send that Rainey Holmes racing machine down, out, and around. It looks like, is Joe Rainey still out here on track? He is! Joe Rainey's just waiting for the competition caution, as well as Darren Colby after his spin and almost the save of a century earlier on in the race. Darren Colby's going to fall back there to P16, showing 1 lap down. We're going to get him waved around here in just a minute's time as Slater Colby continues to lead out here up front. Twin brother Stone continues to hound that rear bumper for P2. Samayoa continues to hold up there, right there with him, and this will be the white flag before the caution comes out. So we are going to throw it in pretty much we're going to throw it in 1 minute's time here as we're going to have to make our way down and across the track one more time. Slater Colby and Stone Colby, they've raced a couple of these races time and time. They know exactly, roughly when this competition caution will come out. It will come out here in turns 9 and 10 of the racetrack this lap by side for the race lead. I think Slater Colby is going to drop back there to P2. Stone to the point once again, although it's 10 seconds until 20 minutes. We are going to have to throw the competition caution next lap by. These drivers are going to continue to run nose to tail here. Will we see the teamwork make the dream work as we have definitely, come on here, those live driver cams. Slater Colby and Marvin Samayoa run nose to tail right now with run another. That is P2 and P3. Marvin looks to fight it out here, trying to live to fight another day. Slater Colby right there on the rear bumper of his twin brother for the race lead. The top on board is Marvin Samayoa here. Close up the gap too terribly much here as we head out of turn 9 into turn 10, 11, and 12 this time by. Now we can get the competition caution thrown as it just makes things a little bit easier here for our competition caution, which is thrown now. Alrighty, stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. We're going to get the whole field slowed and woed back down as Stone Colby is to the point. Slater Colby to P2, Marvin Samayoa P3, Brandon Burt, the vehiclebuyers.com number 36 machine. Makes his way up to P4, Amethyst Reese to P5. as she's had a great race thus far. As a matter of fact, tied as our second biggest mover of the night with Andreas Barfana. Warren Johnson here, our biggest mover of the race, sits B7. Daniel Higgins sits B6. Daniel Parmalee right there behind Warren Johnson. He sits 4 spots gained since that drop of the green. Andreas Barfana, Ali Iksay, Nico Colby after a spin earlier on the race that was not his fault. Falls back to P11. Jake Steckler is sitting there in the 12th position. Andrew Bound, Joe Rainey, Steven Shakespeare, and Darren Colby rounding out our 16 driver field here tonight. Stick with us. I'll be right back with you up here in the booth after a quick word from a couple of our sponsors and affiliates.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back in here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a run of the century here tonight as we just continue to get these drivers. We got really only one wave round here tonight, so we're gonna get things slowed and woed back down here, get these drivers scrunched and bunched all back up here together. Once again, I appreciate each and every single one of you joining in here live on STAM Studio Network. We are cresting our way ever so closer to 1,000 subscribers. We are working with, I got to check the old updates here as I know the vertical broadcast like to bring in a couple new viewers here. If you're live here on the vertical broadcast, I appreciate you all as well. And come on, mosey your way on over here to horizontal land as we are working with 916 subscribers here. Thank you each and every single one of you. Tell your grandma, tell your doggy, tell your kitty cat as well. That's okay if you got to make an account for them. As we're going to have Darren Colby work his way back up to the field, and then we will get the 1 to go signal after we make our way across the start-finish line at this time live. Let me know if audio levels are all audio leveling out here tonight, as well as we have Moonlight Dancer, Terry. We saw some Logan there earlier on in live YouTube chat. Logan, if you're still with us here, make a sound here. It's we're gonna hop on board with Darren Colby as he shows us his way around the track. He's trying to catch up here for our, gonna go 1 to go this time. I'm right there with you, Moonlight Dancer. This is, I mean, we basically had the halftime here. We had the, you could call it the Super Bowl halftime performance there for a couple ads from our sponsors and affiliates, as we're going to get 1 to go this time by with that newer iRacing safety pace car. Okay, that was scaring me. To walk you in here for on a little things here behind the scenes, it's sometimes scary when iRacing doesn't let you pretty much do what you're wanting to do here. As I was trying to set it to green flag, or excuse me, 1 to go this time by, but looks like these drivers already have the 1 to go. Stone Colby is going to be out here up front. Twin brother Slater, they're right behind him with only 3 races to go within this West Coast Sim Racing GR86 Monday night series. Stone Colby continued to lead these points out up front. Don't look now, but Slater Colby is right there beside and behind him within our point standings. Real quick before we get to some clean green racing machines here tonight, let's take a look at those point standings one more time. You see Stone Colby's out there within the lead, but he can't quite run away with from Slater, as it's continued to be so much back and forth action here time and time again within the West Coast Sim Racing series. Also, not only sim racing, but lots of these drivers are they're real life racers within the Apex Motor Club series out there out of Arizona, as well as the 86 Challenge series real life time trials. They're out of, well, the West Coast. We continue to see a lot of these real-life drivers up here out in front of the point standings. Daniel Higgins right there running with 106. How about Nico Colby, Youth Athlete of the Year right now, runner-up for it. Nico sits 4th, and Brandon Birch, Joe Rainey, Marvin Samayor, Thiago P. Delina, Daniel Parmalee, Jake Steckler, and Amethyst Reese. All right, we're going to get this field scrunched and bunched all back up here together here tonight. Stone Colby is going to lead him out here up front after that iRacing safety pace car has dove and woved it into the safety of pit lane. Stone Colby is up here out up front onto the gas. He finds himself a little bit, wait, excuse me, hang on. Yep, okay, there we go. On and through the gears. You're going to try to drop a gear and disappear here for the race lead. Stone Colby out here out up front. Slater Colby runs P2 as this brotherly duo here continues to run in our front 2 running spots. Here comes Samayoa. Look at the 2 and 3 wide start to ensue here a little bit further in the back of the pack. We will settle things back to 2 as here comes Jake Steckler. He's going to be right on Ali Xa's rear bumper here. And back up here for the race lead, Stone Colby continues to run away from Slater. Samayoa runs P3 as well. Brandon Birch there, that vehiclebuyers.com machine. It was a clean, calm, and cordial start with only 10 minutes left to go in the race from the land down under. It's not if, but it is when will we see a move. We've seen some argy-bargy here tonight. It has quite frankly been earlier on within the stint. Now that these drivers got some time to think to themselves, as well as slow and whoa and bunch these puppies back up together. It's, once again, it's not if, it is when. It is who makes a move here tonight, as we're going to have Amethyst Reese try, does she make a move down the inside? She's going to think better of it here, as this is such a slipstream and draft-heavy track. It is really, you're going to try and find at least 1 or 2 teamworks to make the DreamWorks happen here tonight. Some, what do they call it there in the whole... in NASCAR land, the old shake and bake. Yeah, there you go, as we're going to see some shake and some bacon happening here. Oh man, that got close there from Andrew Bound. Once again, Andrew Bound was punted out of the race lead earlier on here tonight. He's going to have Nico Colby, who got into the rear bumper of him. It wasn't Nico's fault, as these drivers are all going to run what was 2 and 3 wide there for a moment's time. We'll settle things back to single file action here down our start-finish straightaway. We got Moonlight Dancer saying, keep on fighting here, Marvin, because he's fighting up there for that final driver interview spot. Here comes a nice move down the inside of Andreas Profana, that Dynaco number 95 Sam Studio Network machine. He was definitely deeper within the braking zone, but really not able to carry that speed off there. As real quick, Ali runs a little bit wide here into the entrance of turn number 2 and 3 here tonight. Steven Shakespeare goes for a play in the beach sands. I know it's still summer break here for a couple of us. No, Steven, no. That number 72 is going to go around and deposit. There you see it on the rear ends. Quite a bit of gravel up there on the racetrack. Let's hop on board with Steven Shakespeare here and see what Steven Shakespeare saw as, real quick in real life, in live racing action here. There's a big incident here out on track. Andrew Bound, Ali involved. Oh, that's some pretty heavy damage up there on the front nose of that Toyota GR86. Let's see what happened here. It starts here with Andrew Bound as he gets down, out, and around. Oh, my. I didn't think the GR86 had enough horsepower to do something like that. Did you see Andrew? How did that just happen? Oh my days. Okay, well, he gets up there on 2 wheels. He keeps his foot planted in the gas, does Dr. Andrew Bound. Well, I think he does it there to keep it off the racing line. And look at how fast the rear end comes out and around of him there. Contact with Daniel Parmalee, as well as... here it comes here. Mach 2, Ali Xe, just nowhere to go. We'll hop on board with Ali Xe this time. Oh man, looking like a barbecue out there out up front, and just unfortunately it looks cool on the smoke show, but nowhere to go. Only 3 races left within this season. Slater Colby, our bridesmaid, within the points joining positions. He is now to the point here tonight. The captain seat belonging to Slater. Here comes Marvin Samayoa down the inside line of this time by within our shorter, more technical hairpin portion. Marvin Samayoa to P2 here tonight. He is continuing to battle it out here for the race lead. Quarter clear there for P number 2. As Marvin Samayoa is, of course, one of the drivers that we have that live driver camera there on the left side, virtual driver camera there on the right. Moonlight, yes, there you go, you're still with us. Come on, Marvin, let's see it. Here we go, only 2/10 of a second separating Samayoa and Colby, as Marvin is in a Colby sandwich right now. Got Slater up there leading the race, got Stone out there right there behind him. Here we go, Samayoa continues to find the pace, find the speed here tonight from Phillip Island. Marvin Samayoa, he does not come from a land down under, but right now he is making it look like it happens here tonight, as only 5.5 minutes left to go in the race. Slater Colby to the point, Samayoa P2, Stone to P3. Oh no, come on Stone, help a brother out here heading into turn 1. Well, I can't say brother because you're trying to help your own brother out here. I'm talking about Marvin here. Marvin just has no teamwork here out and up front of him to make the dream work happen here tonight. Stone uses his speed and momentum to work his way into the second running position. All right, I believe all these black flags are clear to go here tonight. I was just wanting to clear them all here, as we have a couple drivers down a lap, and especially after accidentally a little bit of something there within the race control there behind the scenes, as here comes Amethyst Reese, a whole zip code different deep and on the braking zone here. This is for the 4th and 5th running position. That bridesmaid spot to the final driver interview spot. Right now, P4 belonging to Brandon Birch. Don't look now, but here comes Miss Amethyst Reese. Nyan Cat, driver number 37, down the inside. It's going to warrant the outside line next time, but excuse me, it's going to warrant the inside line once again. A double sort of left-hander here. Amethyst Reese has to get back and out of the gas there to not make contact within that vehiclebuyers.com machine. Real quick, if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell your vehicle, make sure you hit up overstockvehicles.com as well as vehiclebuyers.com. Brandon Birch. He continues to sit that P5 running spot. Jake Steckler, oh, another teammate to Brandon Birch. This vehicle, Buyers.com machine, is gone for a play in the grass here. What had just happened to Jake Steckler there? It looked like he went Mach 2 off the racing line. Oh, no, it even wasn't as, well, okay, we're going to have to back this puppy up as real quick. Was this just a racing incident? We're going to have Andreas Profana down the inside this turn. It's going to warrant the outside that next time by. Jake Steckler, I'm not sure if you knew he was quite clear across the front nose of Andreas Profana there, and around, well, both of these drivers will find themselves. At least Jake Steckler. Looks like Andreas Profana lives to fight another day. He's going to get back out there on the track right in front of Darren Colby. Darren Colby makes his way back to P9. He's running in front of that Rainy Homes Racing GR86 number 17, who runs in that 10th position. Daniel Parmalee back there in the 15th running position. He's right there with this battle, though, for 9th and 10th. Looks like he's going to have the racecraft here tonight to let Joe Rainey by, as Rainey is up here on the lead lap. Side by side between Darren Colby, Miss Amethyst Reese. Not the first time we've seen it within this season. These drivers also within some real-life racing action here behind the scenes. Darren Colby, nice pass over Amethyst Reese. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Final 2 minutes left to go here tonight. We should be coming to the white flag this time by, and then the checkered next time by, as we make our way across turn 9, 10, 11, and 12 for the second to final time here tonight. Slater Colby still out to the point, but remember, we ran this race in the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing Series for the MX-5s. We've seen time and time again how similar these GR86s and MX-5s are, as well as the track conditions here tonight. We're going to see the slipstream and the draft make it all happen here between these front 2 runners at Phillip Island. I believe, I'm not showing Barney. Oh, there it is. Barney is waving the white flag here tonight. This is the final time between a 12-turned 2.7-mile circuit. Stone Colby, he's once again had patience like a stone here throughout the whole race season. Marvin Samayoa starts to draw a bead on this battle for the race lead. Here we go tonight. Who out of these front 3 runners has it here? The front 2 runners are the front 2 runners within the point standings. Some teamwork making the dream work once again. Marvin Samayoa, he's going to have the inside line here into Stone. Here we go. Final lap here tonight. The more technical, tight, and technical portions of the track here from Phillip Island. Marvin Samayoa, he's doing everything he can here tonight to just have that second running position, as he knows you will have the slipstream, you will have the draft here tonight. Marvin compromises the corner entry. He's laughing his ass off here tonight as he's going to have a run for the final lap here. Half the track to go. Stone Colby to the point. Slater drops to P2. Who has the run for the money? Side by side between 2 twin brothers here for not only the race lead, but the points lead as well. Stone Colby to the point. 3 turns to go here tonight. Stone Colby leads Slater Colby. Marvin Samayoa, he's going to do anything it takes here as Daniel Higgins makes his way back up to P4. Stone Colby, final turn of the track. He's going to weave, he's going to jeeve, he's going to jive here out of turn number 12. It's going to be a Colby 1-2 finish once again. This time, it's going to be at the line. Who's going to have it here? Stone versus Slater. Oh no, it's going to be tight. It's going to be Stone by 0.008 seconds at the line. Marvin Samayoa with the final driver interview spot here. 3 races to go within the season. You can't get much better. You don't get much better here on STAM Studio Network for the West Coast Sim Racing GR86 League. Stone Colby, Slater Colby, Marvin Samayoa up there out up front. Here comes Nico Colby, Mach 2, he is dead. Nico Colby, his wrists are now dead. Here we go. We're going to have to take a look at a few race replays here. The first race replay, of course, belonging to Stone Colby and how he passed twin brother Slater Colby for the race win here tonight. Slater Colby left the door just wide open there, says, you can come in here anytime here, Stone. Stone's going to say, thank you very much. Slater going to take away the race lead on the final lap of the race. Then we start to see some side-by-side there between Marvin Samayoa as well as Slater. How about Daniel Higgins working his way back and up to P4 here tonight? Warren Johnson, our league owner, in the 5th running position. Oh, those are the practice. Don't look, don't look. Here are the race results here live on STAM Studio Network. Thank you all for joining in here tonight as I am producing, directing, commentating here behind the scenes like an octopus doing probably 8 things at once, but it'll be Stone who does a lot more than me here tonight. He's going to fight it and hold off a hard-charging Slater Colby. Marvin Samoa, the final driver interview spot. Yes, there you go, Moonlight Dancer. Congratulations there on rooting on Marvin so hard he makes his way up to the P3 spot. Daniel Liggins, music producer, makes his way down into and up to the 4th running position after gaining 3 spots here tonight. Our biggest mover of the race, Warren Johnson, fast in practice. He makes his way up to the 5th running position after gaining 9 spots in the race. Nico Colby, Brandon Birch, Amethyst Reese, Darren Colby, father of the trio bunch. Joe Rainey, Ali Iksay, Stephen Shakespeare, Andreas Profana, Jake Steckler, Daniel Parmley, and unfortunately Dr. Andrew Bound, shown in the 16th running position here. We'll get these drivers interviewed here in just a few moments' time. Thank you once again for joining in here tonight in the vertical and horizontal broadcast here on STAM Studio Network. Stone Colby's going to come away with the race win as well as the points lead as well. That's pretty big here with only 2 races to go within this GR86 class here. Stone going to continue to just ever so slightly draw away from Slater there for P2 in the points. Drivers, if you got yourself a copy, make sure you mosey your way on over live to the Victory Lane broadcast booth as I'm waiting here for you. Stone, Slater, Marvin, that top 3. Daniel Higgins right outside of it. Warren Johnson, our league owner, making up that top 5 once again. My name is Sean Stam. Thanks again for all of you joining in. Here we go. Stone Colby. This is Sean up here in the old virtual Victory Lane broadcast booth. You got yourself a copy, man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you do. Stone, how about it? Man, 0.007 seconds at the line here at Phillip Island. I know you love this track, man. What was going through your mind that whole white flag lap?
The last lap, we were going into the hairpin, and frickin' Marvin got to the outside of me, and which pushed me to the inside, and I knew Slater didn't want to be up front, and so he let me by in the corkscrew, but I didn't have a choice, and I did not want to do that. And then that put me in front. And then my only option was to try and bake the draft before that last little corner, which didn't help. And then going down the straight, I knew he was going to go to the left. So I just pushed him as far over as I could. And then I knew if I tapped his side fender just a little bit, it would slow his draft down. And it ended up working.
That's an excellent breakdown here for you, Stone. Congratulations on your race win. And I know that these 2 cars, both these GR86s, as well as some, what is that, the Mazda MX-5 that you are ever so familiar with driving, not only sim racing, but as well real-life racing. Well, some very similarities here between them, and you're going to continue to show that you know how it's done here. Continue to lead us in the points with only 2 races to go within the season for GR86. That was a lot of fun to watch it here tonight. And what's, the biggest difference that you can think of here between the Mazda MX-5 and this GR86, not including that big old rear wing on that rear end?
Well, the rear wing definitely makes the car more stable. I have no idea how the car would be without it, but the Mazda on this track is, especially turn 2, is gnarly. It's so hard every lap. The GR86, you can kind of just be a little bit more consistent with it. The tires warm up a little bit earlier. The fronts get a little pushy, and you got to play with the brakes and the gearing to kind of get it to turn, which is pretty much the same with the Mazda. But I would say, I love driving the Mazda because you're flipping the steering wheel every which direction the whole time you're driving it, so it makes it fun. But the GR, I would say, is just an all-around more stable car in the game. Now, real life, I would say that the Mazda drives like the GR in real life. So they have a lot of updating to do.
Man, I know that we've talked about that here between some conversations and between us and here. A real quick final 2 questions I have for you is, I know that they have the weight pretty wrong for the MX-5 and the old iRacing universe. I know that's not the only thing, but I wonder if that's just the biggest thing that throws off there, the differentials between the 2.
It could be. What I heard was that the last time, or the only time when they added it to the car add the car into iRacing was back in 2016, and they haven't updated it ever since. And that car and 16 is completely different than the new ones. I mean, back then the 16 was a full H pattern. And so the car is way different now, and they just haven't updated it, and I wish they would, because people drive that Mazda in iRacing and they hate it because it's just so loose and sketchy, which in reality it's pretty fun, but that car in real life is a blast and it sticks like glue. So they just, yeah, they gotta do a lot of updating on that car.
Well, congratulations on another race win here for the West Coast Sim Racing Stone. Man, sorry, timing and scoring dropped me for a loop there. Thanks, SBK. Anyways, Stone, congratulations on your race win here tonight. Final question for you: who makes it all possible?
Obviously you for broadcasting each race. That one will be fun to go back and watch.
Thank you, man.
But Warren for putting on a good league and everybody showing up and racing, and obviously Overstock Vehicles, vehiclebuyers.com, and all my friends and family watching, and boosting up that live chat in there for you.
It's popping off right now here for you, Stone. Congratulations on another race win for West Coast. There you go, West Coast Sim Racing GR86 class. We'll catch you Wednesday night for some Apex Motor Club Sim Racing, those MX-5s.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, man. Have a great rest of your night. We catch up here with Slater Colby, driver who finished in the P2 position here tonight. Slater, this Sean Stam up here in the podium finishers victory lane broadcast booth. You got yourself a copy.
Here.
All right. I know you sound a little bit dejected here. 0.008 seconds at the line. What was going through your minds there on that whole white flag lap there, Slater?
I just didn't want to be up front. I really I didn't want to be there. I knew he was going to catch a draft and get me, so I saw an opportunity come out of turn 2. Him and Marvin came out with a lot of pace and kind of, sucked right into my bumper, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to try and let him go here going into turn 4. And luckily that's what happened. Shout out Marvin for that. And then I just tucked in behind Stone, and I was like, okay, I'll get enough draft here going to the finish line. I'll be able to catch him. And honestly, I know I had it. I had so much speed going by him, going down the start straight, and he just nicked me just a little bit with, I guess shout out to his brain thinking on that one, but it definitely hurt my run a little bit and cost me the win. But I appreciate Marvin, kind of backing off a little bit on the last lap to let us fight it out, and he had a shitload of pace tonight, so we'll hopefully he comes back swinging and whoops both of our asses next week.
Slater, congratulations on another podium finish. I know the points are starting to look tight here between you and old twin brother Stone. What's going through your mind as we head our way with only 2 races left to go in the GR86 season?
Just stay consistent. There's likes to be a lot of carnage sometimes, so as long as we're up front and we can put in consistent laps, I think we'll be all right. There's a little bit of a grenade fest the first lap this race, but luckily me, Stone, and Marvin made out of it. It kind of sucks. Andrew kind of got tangled up in that, and Nico. They both had a lot of pace, especially Andrew. But yeah, just stay consistent. Hopefully Stone makes some mistakes and I can capitalize on it, and yeah.
Man, a lot of hope in there for Stone to make a mistake. But last question for you, Slater. Who we shouting out to makes it all possible for you, man?
You, of course, for broadcasting all the races and stuff, and Overstock Vehicles, vehiclebuyers.com, everyone watching at home, and Warren for making a good league, and everyone showing up every Monday and banging bumpers with us. So looking forward to Wednesday. Hopefully we have a big turnout, and yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Slater. Congratulations on another podium finish here for the West Coast Sim Racing League, man.
Thank you.
All right, how about final driver interview, second to final driver interview, the third running position, Marvin Samayo. Marvin, he's not only a producer, he's not only a Marvin Tater, the commentator. Marvin, you also showed us you have some pace here behind the wheel. You got yourself a copy.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Well, and another nice run here tonight on the track, man. What was Phillip Island like here within some pretty nice and clean racing conditions here? Very cool track conditions as well.
It was pretty good. I like this track. It kind of reminds me of Brands Hatch a little bit with the way it's sweeping. But the only difference is that this track you got a lot more room to pass, and if there's any mistakes, then kind of like think about it for like a few extra seconds. But yeah, no, it was very good. I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was very good. It was a little bit chaotic, and I almost had a heart attack at the beginning of the first lap on the second corner.
Oh man, that at least I don't have to deal with any heart attacks here tonight on my end. But it's fun to watch it, and I can definitely contest here. These race starts and race restarts are all when it goes elbows out here. If you can try to show or tell the average race viewer who maybe not even have an iRacing account what goes through yourself mentally and physically on a race start and a race restart, as we've seen things get to the argy-bargy here before.
So I wouldn't know real life experience, but I would say the way I approach things is I try to stay consistent. I try to make sure I'm on the other end, make it out on the first lap, first corner. Make sure there's no bumping and banging. I don't take myself out prematurely. Try to give as much room as possible without screwing myself. And then messing up anybody else's race, because that's the last thing I want to do personally. And I know, man, Stone and Slater, those guys were fast. I feel bad for Nico and Andrew Bound. You know, they got collected, and I wish it would have been a 5-way battle. But man, I mean, there's a lot of fast drivers out here. But yeah, anybody who wants to do this definitely want to take the mindset of just try to treat this kind of like the real thing. Like, what would you do in the real life? And you want to make sure you make it out alive and be able to live to fight another day. Don't take yourself out prematurely.
Man, well said, Marvin here. That's another great run for you here tonight within the West Coast Sim Racing League. Congratulations on your podium finish here. It's honestly, I'll be honest, it's kind of weird here talking. I mean, I know you are the co-commentator with me quite a bit, but now you're here on the receiving end of it. Who would you like to thank and shout out to here tonight?
Man, definitely I want to thank everybody at West Coast. I want to thank you as well, Sean. You know, you put on a great show for everybody to watch from home. So shout out to you. Shout out to my parents. Shout out to my friends and family, my wife. I thank God every day that I get to do this and race with really fast people. And yeah, we'll do it again. And I encourage anybody out there, you know, grab a computer and, you know, get yourself an iRacing account. Join the West Coast and the Apex Racing Club. Definitely lots of fast drivers, and highly recommend it. It's a great place to learn. I know I have, I can tell you.
Hey, well said there, Marvin. I've seen it here from up here in the booth. Congratulations on another podium finish. I'll let you get going. Have a great rest of your night, man.
You too, Sean. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much. We got one more driver interview. Not only a driver, but he is the league owner for this very fast-growing West Coast Sim Racing League. Warren Johnson. How about it? Got yourself a copy.
Here, can you hear me?
I might need to.
Hello?
Yeah, I got you here, Warren. How was your race here tonight from a very fun Phillip Island?
I love this track. I loved this race. I had a great time. I had a very, very good race. I had a good mood coming into the race, and the guys were talking like, how are you setting these times? And I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm in a good mood. Maybe a little bit of draft from Slater, but it was super, super fun. I love this track. Every time we come here, every time Apex comes here, it's a awesome freaking race. So this is definitely going to stay in the schedule for the distant future. So, you know, but I had a blast. I think I got P5 or P4. Me and Nico, I guess, were bumping doors to the line there, really, really close. So, but it was a fun race. So, yeah, congrats to Stone and Slater and Marvin for their podiums. You know, I was expecting a great battle, and that's what we got. So I love when these guys are battling each other. These are the best drivers in our league, and when they're fighting against each other, it's a good race. So congrats to those guys, and again, thanks for the great racing.
Man, I was gonna say beating and banging doors with Nico Colby. No, come on, never. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot of fun to watch. Thanks for putting on a show for the fans here, Warren, as you're going to come away with that, I believe, 5th running position. Thank you. I mean, seriously, not for only all the BS you got to deal here with behind the scenes with being a league owner, but I mean, track after track after track. Excellent schedule here that you chose here for the West Coast Sim Racing League. Before we let you get going here, Warren, and is there anybody who you would personally like to thank or shout out here tonight?
You know, as always, doing the broadcast. You know, you do a very, very, very good job, and we all love watching the video after the fact. And so I guess, yeah, thanks to you as always. Thanks to the Apex guys for always coming out and doing great racing with each other and making it entertaining. And you know, these guys are really fun to race with on here. Great group of guys. Can't beat them. So they're you know, thanks to them for always coming out. And if you guys haven't already, go join their league as well. If you want some Miata racing, they have an awesome league on Wednesdays, or a race on Wednesdays, and then they do Sunday nights also with just random cars and tracks, and it's always a good time there. Thanks to everyone in the YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. You guys, you know, you guys are very important for sponsorships, and we love having viewers. So keep sharing with your friends, and see if we can get this league growing even more and for next season. And then everyone else in the league, thanks to them for always racing. You know, we've had a consistent group of guys here the whole season. We've lost a couple here and there, but that's inevitable with this type of stuff. So you know, hopefully we can get to like 30 consistent next season. So I think we'll be able to do it, especially with this awesome group of people and awesome broadcast. So thanks again to everybody, and we will see you on Thursday for Barber Motorsports Park. We're going to do our final 86 Miata multi-class race at Barber this week, so that's going to be a good one.
Man, thank you so much, Warren. That's going to be a fun one to watch, and then some more GT4 and GT3 action there to round out the season for the multi-class. It's what, you blink and you miss it. Time flies and you're having fun. It's get a little tears of joy happening here. What is this? Already another season in the books here for West Coast Sim Racing. It's really their first. It's obviously before this known as the 86 Challenge Sim Racing League. But now, once again, time flies and you're having fun here. We're going to present another season next time by hopefully here live on Stam Studio Network. Thank you, Warren, for all that you have done here back here behind the scenes. Thank you to the live YouTube chat, like you said. Moonlight Dancer is going to come away with the chat win. Terry is going to tie FS Racing, and Logan Stanley for second, third, and fourth. Jordan Dotley rounding out fifth in the YouTube chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining in here tonight. Sean Stam on Stam Studio Network. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to catch my virtual flight back on home. Thanks, everybody.